play. There's a look inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl. And we've got a classic in store between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first pick of the second round back in 2001, and that's the veteran Drew Brees.
Drew Brees' accomplishments have been borderline astounding. When you look back at what people thought about him coming out of college, so-called height issue, you name it, he can do it. And boy, does he prepare well for each and every game.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram, takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. The tackle there by Michael Wilhoit. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They go play action for Ingram. Now Brees. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
Arik Armstead was a big-time high school basketball player turned into college football All-American. Now they're counting on him in the NFL to fulfill his promise.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. Ingram again. Cuts left. There goes Mark Ingram. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, 55 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate, big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a look here at their go-to guy under center. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Second down following the run.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. That is incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. 3rd down here. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Back to throw here. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Delvin Breaux with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him. It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Breeze now. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Now Breeze on third down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And out of bounds there on the kick. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down and just 1. They'll drop to throw. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
The play clock's running down. And now Bruce Arians with the play clock running low is going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Fresh set of downs here.
Here we go. What? 90.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. This one complete right side to McDonald. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Cool under pressure right there. Escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
On the left side, it's McDonald. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his third catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
Come on, let's go.
They'll run high. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Time running out here on the play clock. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Ted Ginn, a 5-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Ryan Succop on for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On 2nd down, Ingram. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
So this game's not very far along, and he's already found the end zone once, and now he started this drive with another big gain, another first down run. I've got to wonder if I'm the defensive coordinator. What do I do in this situation? It's only the first quarter, but do I go ahead and sell out and try and slow him down and make him beat me another way? Because the risk is if I don't, he ends up having a monster game.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. 1 quarter down, 3 to go on the road to the Super Bowl. 10-7 our score. We're back to Santa Clara after this. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. carries, hands to Ingram. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
3rd down and 3. A play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
They'll come out in the pistol. Back to the running game. It's Ingram. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
DeForest Buckner is a really tall defensive end / defensive tackle. How about that move right there to get upfield and make the play in the offensive backfield? Excellent leverage.
You're right. Tall, big, 6'7", nearly 300 pounds. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. He'll look to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Kamar Aiken, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Offense just a yard away from the line they need to gain. 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And Ginn's got it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
1st down, a run with Hyde. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
8 yards to go here on 2nd down.
Come on, let's go.
Back to throw here. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And down inside the 15 he goes.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
Here we go. 1.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Again, it's Hyde. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Carlos Hyde, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point try now for Succop. And that makes it 14-10. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front, they moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And Josh Hill has it. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Ready.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Breeze now on 1st down. And he's got it over the middle. Fleener. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd down and 4. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it, we can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
False start, offense. Still second down.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 2-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On second down, here's Breeze. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Kobe Fleener, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Looking to throw. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
Let's go. 190.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. 10 yards to go on third. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Dancing to his left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now. They've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
This is taken around the 12. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. One receiver left, 3 to the right. A final shot before half for Breeze. He's got time in the pocket. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we send you now to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, LR.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Here in the playoffs, you hope to have close games where both sides are putting it all on the line. And that's what we have so far. It should be a very exciting second half. All right, let's get it going. Let's roll those first half highlights. Now 2nd and 8. Ingram's going to look for space, and he'll take it in for the touchdown. 49ers lined up at the 5. They strike first in the half. Pass into the end zone here. He capped off the 7-play drive with the score, cutting the deficit to 3. Saints lined up at the 38. The ball's going to come out on the run. Offense on the field now after the fumble. Hines going to stay up the middle. He'll take it in for the touchdown. They're now on top by 4. Saints have it at the 9. Fleener's going to make the catch near the sideline. And he capped off the 9-play drive with a TD. Saints go up by 3. So that's going to do it for us. We'll send you back now to field level for some more playoff football.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
Here we go. White 90. White 90. 53. Check 53. Ohio.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. On the move to his left. And Gibbs got it. 19 yards that time for number 19. And when he started rolling left there as a right-handed quarterback, I thought, boy, this 3rd down play is going nowhere, but credit to him, able to pick up the first.
And all you righties who are watching the game at home, get out of your chair, get off the couch, move to your left, and then rifle one. He may leave a hole in the wall, as you have to explain later, but you'll see how difficult that throw actually was.
Let's go.
A 10th carry for Hyde. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 14 there. And it'll be first down 49ers.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, Hyde. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive lineman and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Look at the big man rumble. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
I'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Kobe Fleener, the tight end, his intended target. And that'll make it third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
7 yards remain now on third down. Breeze to Ingram on the draw. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key third down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
They come out here in the eye. Ingram again, a first down carry. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Ingram churning. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they take possession of the football and have it at their 36-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we can put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Tackle made there by Nick Fairley.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
Come on, let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Caught on the left side by Ginn. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Can go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand.
What's tight? Tight end's right. What's tight? Tight end's right. Let's go.
They run with Hyde. He's been the bell cow tonight. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
But that certainly felt like an example of a defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game. They want to keep it going.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over. Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. Got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boys, he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Under pressure, they got him again.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
Breeze now on first down. It's complete. Fleener, right side. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? What a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They run. It's Mark Ingram, and he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
6 yards to go here on second down. On second down, here's Breeze. Fighting his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So second down, 3 yards to go now. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. He'll look to throw. On the left side, it's McDonald. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Even score late in the 4th. Let's see if the defense can play within themselves, not give up the big play and contain, and keep this knotted up. Carry number 20 here for Hyde. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be second down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Here we go. 38. Ohio.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This one complete, right side to McDonald. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, James Laurinaitis. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw, it's Breeze. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Ingram. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
Here's Ingram, and he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And as the 4th quarter winds down here, we're all even.
And no one wants this game to extend. They want to go ahead and win it right now.
They come out here in the eye. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And a 20th carry now for Ingram. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
False start, offense.
All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Back to throw, Brees. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And the kickoff sails out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty.
You can see the looks on the faces of the rest of the team. You have one job to do. Just kick the ball and play.
Well, that's exactly right, Charles. The kicker, this is just inexcusable.
Absolutely inexcusable. Everyone out there slugging it out for the entire game. Execute your job. My good friend, I'm just going to pose the question to you. Did that look like a pass that he should have thrown?
Now, the rookie probably needs to be a little bit more careful in these situations.
Yeah, that throw will turn him into a veteran quicker, but not in the way that he wants. He wants to learn his lessons by making good throws, not throws like that.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for third. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on fourth down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.